Start recording. Okay. Well, hello. I'm really excited to be here with you. It is 5 o'clock, and that means it's time for Live at 5. All right. Well, um, I am really excited because look at my cool microphone. Yes, this week it seems to be working. So I'm excited to have my microphone, all of my setup. I have this cool, what's this? Background. I have this cool background, this amazing painting. And I'm excited that you are here with me because today we are going to discover your level. But wait, before we start, who am I? Well, my name is Mike, and I am originally from California. Now I live in Spain, and I have been living, or I have lived in Spain for, get ready for it, 30 years. Yeah, I came in 1995, 30 years ago. And now my passion is teaching English in fun, dynamic, creative ways. And today the theme is discovering your level. But before we get into all of that, I want to find out about you. Where are you from and why are you here? All right, so let's see here. Painhammer. Hey, hey. It is a painting. Painhammer is asking if it's a painting. It is a painting. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a really cool painting. I did not buy it. It was in this house when we moved to the house, and they left it for us, and we said, "Okay, that painting is really cool. We're going to keep it in my office. Perfect." And Painhammer is saying, "Am I a Spanish citizen?" No, I am not a Spanish citizen. No reason yet. I have all the rights, all the abilities of a Spanish citizen, except I can't vote. But besides that, I am here completely legally. I promise. Okay, Carlota from Italy is here. Caroline from Spain. Awesome. Hannah from Saudi Arabia. Cool. Learn English and get a job. Well, perfect. I want to help you. All right, cool. So where else are we from? What other places are we from today? Let's see here. Labique says hi from France. Ah, très bien. I am learning French. I'm actually looking for a French teacher. Whoops. Hello. Looking for a French teacher now. And I have many people who want to give me classes online, but I am looking to get classes in person because I have lots of notes and books and things, and it's just, I prefer to have one-on-one with a real person. Okay, well, oh, let me share a little bit about something personal that happened to me this week, and that is I went to Prague. Has anybody been to Prague? Do you know where Prague is? Yeah, let's see if someone knows. Let's see, in Prague. Mike is not clear, sir. Uh-oh. Are you not able to hear me well? How's the clarity of my speech? Does it sound okay? Let's see. The Czech Republic. Caroline got it. Where in Spain? I'm in Madrid, Caroline. The sound is great. Ah, okay. Good. Good to know. It's okay. All right. Indonesia. Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you. Prague. Was it expensive? Well, I got a cheap flight, and then I have a friend who lives in Prague, so I didn't have to pay for a hotel or transportation or anything. So, no, it wasn't very expensive. It was very comfortable because I had a personal guide. So he took me to good places to eat. We went to an ice cream festival. Yeah, an ice cream festival. They had all types of different ice creams. We had mochi balls full of ice cream. I guess mochi Is mochi a Japanese dessert? And it's very soft and chewy, and inside cold ice cream. So good on a hot day. It was great. Um, exactly. My trip to Prague, of course, I have to share with you, Painhammer. All right. So, yeah. So I just got back from that on Sunday, and it's good. I love traveling, yeah, experiencing other cultures, talking to people who are learning English and excited about learning English, and seeing amazing, beautiful cities and the artwork and the architecture. It's always an experience. So eye opening. All right. Cool. So let's see here. I have my notes over here, which is why I'm looking. So, what are we doing here? Well, I want to come and do a live with you every week with a topic, with a focus, with a theme. You remember those things? Topic, theme, and what was the other one? Well, subject or something else. Okay, and that's also what we're going to be doing. During my lives, I am going to talk, but I'm also going to ask you, what am I going to ask you? Questions. Exactly. So I don't want this to just be passive listening. No, I want you to be participating. Okay, good. So I'm going to be asking you questions, and how am I going to get you to participate? I am going to interact with you. I am going to engage you all the time. All right, good. Okay, questions. Awesome. Okay, read. Painhammer says awesome. All right, cool. So that's what we're going to be doing here. And today we're going to be focusing on your level of English. So before we get started, why don't you just write to me, what do you hope your level of English is? Yeah, what do we have here? Do we have, remember, the lowest is A1. A1 is just super basic. Then the next one is A2. A1, A2. Those are the basic levels. Those are just introducing yourself, talking about basic things like your house, your school, education, just very easy things. And then after that is B1, B2, and then that B1 and B2 are intermediate levels in the middle. Yeah? And then the most advanced is C1, and incredibly advanced. Some native speakers aren't even super advanced to this level, which is, you all know it, C2. All right, so cool. Carlota has a B1, B2. Someone else who looks like Russian has a B2, B1, B2, or C1. I wish. Painhammer, you're pretty good. Hannah says it's in the middle. I think I have a level B1. Okay. Cool. Well, good. That is a great place. That is what I'm trying to direct my cadence to, my level of speech, the vocabulary I'm using, and the fluency that I'm using. I am trying to direct it at a level of B1, B2. Yeah. So I am trying to enunciate, speak clearly so that you can understand me, and I'm trying to use not super difficult vocabulary or expressions, yeah, or use very colloquial or informal expressions either that you might not know. So yeah, I am adjusting a little bit. I am adjusting slightly. What's another way to say a little? Yeah, a little, slightly, or the way I talk. I am adjusting A bit, good. A tiny bit. There you go. Excellent, excellent. Okay, that's what I want you to do. I want you to be participating. I want you to be thinking. Okay, it's not just me talking. It's a two way what? It's a two-way. Yeah, something that goes in both directions. A two-way. Who's gonna get it? A two-way, who knows? A two-way interacting. Okay, that's it. Yeah, good. But a two-way what? A two-way conversation. Good. Two-way exchange. Two-way interaction. I like these. A two-way, Raquel got it. That's what I was thinking of. A two-way street. A two-way road. Or a two-way path. Yeah, it goes in both directions. Excellent. Good job. But I like exchange, interaction, conversation. Those also work. Nice. Okay, so we're going to jump over and I am going to take some questions that I have gotten on Instagram over the past week. So let's take a quick look at some of these questions. Someone asked me, how long did it take you to learn Spanish? Oh, well, I had an up and down adventure with Spanish. So I studied Spanish for 4 years in high school. So from when I was 14 to 18, I studied Spanish every year. And I got to the point where I felt comfortable, comfortable, not relaxed. I still would get nervous when I would speak Spanish, but I knew a lot of grammar and I knew a lot of vocabulary. And then I went to Brazil and I learned Portuguese. Huh. Yeah. And so Spanish and Portuguese are similar. And so I got all of my Spanish and Portuguese confused, intertwined. What is another word for this? Can you think of another word? I got all of my language. Let's see, how can we finish my sentence? Yeah? Blended, I like that, Carlota. Yeah, they became blended. They became intertwined. They became, let's see if we have any other ideas. They became mixed. Yeah, mixed totally works. They became mixed. Or I was going to say confused. Or here is a more advanced word. This is probably a C1, C2 word. It is entangled. Hey, Painhammer, he got it just as I was saying it. It popped up on my screen. Entangled. Yeah, I got the two languages entangled, mixed up, confused. Excellent. It's important to have synonyms, not only for understanding, but so that you can sound more intelligent when you speak. And when you sound more intelligent, you feel more confident. And everything builds on top of each other. Cool. Yes, we lots of people study Spanish in the United States. It's the most common foreign language to learn. Entangled, great word. Okay, cool. So yeah, studied for 4 years, then got it confused with Portuguese, and then in 1995, I decided, okay, I really want to be fluent in one language. So I had Portuguese and Spanish, both at fairly decent levels, maybe a B2 level. And I said, okay, I want to go to one of these countries where they speak one of these languages and really master it. Really become what? Starts with an F? Fluent. I really want to become fluent in this language. And so then I came to Spain, and I think after about 6 months of really applying myself and making a strong effort, I became fluent in Spanish. So that is a long answer to Ahmed's from Tanzania. That's a long answer to your question, Ahmed. Okay, Painhammer, we got one of your questions over here, and you're over here. This is so cool. All right, so Painhammer says, any tips to improve listening skills? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we are actually going to make a video, do a live only on listening skills. But what would be a good tip to help you learn, improve your listening skills? Well, what I like to do is, I think for someone with your level, Painhammer, I think something that would be really useful for you is listening to songs. Since your level is so good, you have like a B2, C1 level. You are already ready to challenge yourself by listening to music and trying to identify the lyrics in the song. That's a good way. And that also helps you get used to the cadence of the language and natural native pronunciation, which is the difficult thing. Another thing that I like to do is shadowing, which is listening to a dialogue or listening to a TV show and then pausing it and trying to repeat exactly what they say with the same intonation, the same pauses, the same change of voice. For example, if they say, "Oh, it's nice to meet you." Well, then I say, "Nice to meet you," even exaggerating how they speak. And that helps you with your speaking and also makes you more familiar and more comfortable with how natives actually speak and helps you with your comprehension. All right, good question, Painhammer. I hope that helps. All right, let's see here. Fluent. Unnamed says hello. Repeat with what you listen. Exactly, Hannah. That's what I'm talking about. I listen to stand-up comedy shows. Carlota, that's great. Stand-up comedy. I find stand-up comedy is difficult. Wow, if you're listening to stand-up comedy, that's impressive. But I find comedy is very difficult to follow because many times you'll find comedians that part of the humor, part of the funny things they do is that they speak really, really fast and they speak colloquially and they say like things that are barely audible, which means difficult to hear. And wow, it's extremely challenging. And it's also frustrating when they say something funny, everybody laughs, but you don't get it. And you're thinking, oh man, what? Huh? What was that? Well, rewind, listen to it again. But if you can rewind it, I think listening to stand-up comedy is a great suggestion. All right, sitcoms, yeah. I read in English out loud, yeah. Or maybe you do it loudly. Be careful, Hannah, right? Loudly means, okay, I'm doing it loudly, I'm reading loudly. And simply to read out loud or think out loud is different from loudly. Good. All right. But songs are kind of easy. Oh, Painhammer, songs are kind of easy. Well, then you need to listen to more difficult songs. Try listening to grunge. Yeah, try listening to Kurt Cobain and tell me what he says. Yeah, that's difficult. All right. And the jokes are linked to culture, exactly. Pop culture references. And stand-up comedy is difficult. Yeah, I even struggle in Spanish. Yeah, sometimes I have gone to Spanish stand-up comedy shows, and there are definitely moments where everyone's laughing, and I'm just sort of looking around going, dang it, I missed that one. Which even happens to native speakers. I was listening to Woody Allen talk, and he says, about 10% of my jokes I make for only 10% of the people. It's not everybody is going to get 10% of my jokes. I don't know why he did that. It's not very nice. All right, cool. We're going to move on. We have other questions, but hold on a second. I'm going to shake the camera a little bit. But we don't have time. I want to move on to identifying levels. One moment. All right. So, let's see here. Let me ask you first. Sorry about that. why is it important to know your level? What do you think? Let's see what people say. If you could recommend just one daily habit to improve speaking fluency, what would it be? These are great questions, and but I want to stay on what? I want to stay on topic. I want to stay on the subject, right? I want to stay on topic. So if you have these questions, these are great. These give me inspiration. Write them on a DM on my Instagram channel, and we will, in the future, I will answer the questions. Okay. Cool. What else? So why is it important to know your level? What do you think? Let's see here. Any ideas? As you are frantically writing, I am going to take a drink. All right, Painhammer. So you don't have to waste your time teaching basic English. Yeah, that's a good one. To know what to watch or read depending on your level. Good answer, Boraj. Okay, yes. Good. Any other ideas of why it's important to know your level? Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you why I think it's important to know your level. First of all, I think it serves as a motivation to know, okay, I'm at a B1 level, and by August, I want to move to a B2 level. And so that can give you a motivation of knowing where you are and where you want to go. I think in a language journey, it's important to have a goal, to have a destination. Yeah? And knowing your English level is a great way to do that. Yeah. So let's see what other people are saying. To know what textbook to choose. Yeah, definitely. To know what textbook to choose, or to know what books you can read. And also, if you're going to a conference, or you're applying for a job, or you are applying to a school, you have to, I'm going to take these off. You have to know your level, right? You have to be able to communicate that to other people so that they can adjust their level to you. Yeah, or say, oh, I don't think you are prepared to study at our school if you only have an A2 level, for example, right? Okay, so it can help you with motivation, and it can help with knowing what is an adequate environment for you, an adequate study plan, adequate materials, all of that. And Carlota says, I think that your level is different in different areas of English. You are so what? You are so smart, or in the UK they say clever, or a classic, intelligent. Yeah, you are so smart. You are so right. Yes, it's true. Sometimes people say, oh, I have a C1 level of comprehension, but when I speak, it goes down to B1. Yeah, that's true for everybody. In terms of listening, reading, writing, the most difficult thing you can do with a language is speak it, right? So to plan your study journey, great answer. I wish I could be fluent in English. It's sometimes a bit discouraging when I realize how far I am. Well, I have clever, good job. I have some bad news for you. And that is, I have been living in Spain for 30 years, and I still have moments where I feel like I'm not fluent, or I feel like I make stupid mistakes. Just today, I was in the town hall doing some paperwork, and I made a ridiculous mistake where I used the masculine form with a feminine word. I said, la modo. And I said, oh my gosh, la modo. I was going to say la forma, which is a feminine word, but I changed at the last moment, and I said, esta modo. And I said, oh my gosh, how can I still be making these stupid mistakes? So anyway, it never completely disappears, no matter how much time, but you just have to accept it and move on. It's just part of the process. Okay, great comments. It's a lifelong journey. You're exactly right, Carlota. Okay, so let me take a look at my notes here. I have to swallow my pride. Yeah, I have to swallow my pride, and I have to put back on my glasses because the text is too small for me. All right. Yes, I think it's. I think also, when you know your level, it gives you a clear idea of where you are, and then you can take steps to build and get your English better, and that can give you more confidence. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's also a big boost, a confidence booster when you have that achievement of getting to that next level of you actually feel like you're going somewhere. And incidentally, it's more and more difficult as you get more and more advanced. So imagine you're at A1. Well, you can study for 50 hours and get up to A2 and you think, wow, this is great. Look at how quickly I'm advancing. And to get from A2 to B1, you can study, you can practice and study for 150 hours. Okay, well, it wasn't 50 hours, but still, look at this. I'm still advancing quickly. I did it in 2 or 3 months. Wow. But then to get from B1 to B2, suddenly it is a lot more vocabulary, a lot more time, a lot more practice, and it takes 500 hours or 600 hours. So just realize that it does have this process. It's like going up a hill that goes steeper and steeper as you get higher and higher. But be aware of that and know that that is just part of the process. All right, cool. Let's see here. Positive transformation, learning and exchange. All right. Well, I want to do the first discovery of your English level. Okay? And that is by recognizing vocabulary. So I have a list. There are these frequency lists, and they tell you how common is a word. Yeah? For example, the most common word in the English language, do you know what it is? Let's see what people think. What is the most common word in the English language? Let's see who knows it. Hey, Lillian. Lillian got it. It's me. I do this. I do that. I. Yeah. The, I think, is number 2. I and the. And then I can't remember what I used to have the first 5 memorized, but I can't remember right now. But yes. And so this list puts all of the words, it analyzes millions of YouTube videos, and it finds how common are words and expressions and idioms. And so we are going to see how big your vocabulary is. And from there, we can discover we can gauge, we can measure your level. All right, so let's take a look. First, we're going to talk about 500, at the level of 500 in terms of how frequent these words are. So I think everybody is going to know all of these words because this is A1, basic. Are you ready? So it is take. I mean, come on. Take me home. Adjective. What's one of the most common adjectives in the English language? Nice, right? Still. Still, okay. An adverb, a little more difficult. Still, but all of you know that. Wow, I can't believe this, but it says thing. Wow, I would think thing would be in the 200 level or 300 level, but it says it's at the 500 level. And the last one is hey. Hey. super common. So you can see these are like, yes, beginning words. The only one that's a little bit difficult is still. All right. So everybody's with me? Everybody 5 out of 5, right? You know all those words. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next one. We're not gonna go to 1,000 because come on. Yeah, I know that you have at least 1,000 words in your vocabulary and probably 6,000 or 7,000. So we're going to the 2,000 level. Are you ready for these 5 words and expressions? So here we go. To run into. To run into. Yeah, this is a phrasal verb. This isn't so easy. I got you sweating a little bit. Yeah. So to run into is to meet a person by chance, by accident. By accident or by chance. They mean the same thing. So to run into, the other day I was walking home from school and I ran into Cynthia. You remember my friend Cynthia? Oh, you ran into Cynthia. To run into. Not literally, figuratively. Good. Next one is easier. Strange. Strange, synonym for strange. What's the synonym for strange? To meet, good, encounter, excellent. Can I? Very good. Here we go. Weird, classic. Another synonym, odd, very good, odd. There's one more that I'm thinking of, more advanced. I'd say like a C1, maybe even a C2 word. Awkward. Awkward is slightly different, but yeah. Ooh, a freak. Freak is a noun, so freakish would be the adjective, but I hadn't thought of that. I'm thinking of a word that starts with a B. It's like it comes from French, I believe. Ooh, peculiar. Oh, that's a good one. I hadn't thought of peculiar. I'm thinking of a B with a B. Does anyone know a word? Hey, Sunny, bravo. Bizarre. Bizarre. Unusual. I like that. Nice. Okay, so good. So we got strange. All right, going on to the third word is suddenly. Suddenly, yeah, we all know suddenly, yeah, but okay, a little more difficult. Fourth word is goal, and fifth one is hang on. Another phrasal verb, to hang on. Literally, to hang, right? Oh, I'm hanging, right? I'm hanging from a bar. But to hang on, what is another way to express hang on? Exactly, Lillian. To wait. Yeah, wait. Wait a moment. Hang on. Good. Let's see here. So wait, hang on. Painhammer. Hold on, hang on. Excellent. Bravo. Yeah. So, but I would say hang on is more like a B, maybe a B2 expression. I'm surprised that we've run into it at 2,000. Okay. Next one is 4,000. Here we go. Let's see what these are like. All right. You ready? So the first one is carry on. Carry on. So we have carry on. Let's see here. We have carry on luggage, right? When you're going on the plane, you have your carry on. And the verb to carry on is bingo. Keep going. Go on. Continue. Dang. You people are good. Okay, good. Second one. This one seems a bit easy to be here at 4,000 level, but it's jealous. Jealous? Come on. Okay, third one is barely. Barely, or synonym for barely. Who's got it? Synonym for barely starts with an H. Who's got it? Barely. I can barely see. I can barely breathe. I can barely. Who's going to be the first one? I can barely talk to her. I'm so embarrassed. I barely. Ooh, just. I wasn't thinking of that. There we go. Sunny got it. Hardly. I can hardly breathe. I can barely breathe. Complete synonyms. Good. Next one. Challenge. Challenge is a noun. Oh, this is a difficult challenge. I think challenge also has been made very popular by videos, like my videos, right? Oh, I've got a challenge for you. Okay. And no way. The fifth one is no way. Yeah, like, oh my God, this is incredible. I'm surprised. I don't believe it. No way. All right, cool. Here we go. Level 6,000. All right. Okay, I think you're going to know most of these. All right. Okay. So, first one is a phrasal verb, let go. Yeah. Let's see who knows. Let go. Synonym for let go. Let it go. Let it go. Can't anymore. I don't know how it goes, but from Frozen, keep it going. And no. Release. There you go. To release something, to let it go. All right. Second one. Somebody just used it before. Awkward. Awkward means uncomfortable. It doesn't necessarily mean weird or strange. It means, ooh, uncomfortable, an awkward situation. I don't know what to say. Good. This one seems quite easy. Seriously. I say seriously a lot. Seriously? Do you really mean that? Seriously? Seriously. Okay. Next one is hint. Can you give me a hint? Can you help me? Can you give me a little bit of information? So hint, another word for hint, another synonym. Who knows a synonym for hint? Lillian, you are on fire. Clue. Nice. Okay. And here's an expression, to give it a shot. Give something a shot. What does give it a shot mean? A shot? An injection? Give something a shot? To try it. Exactly, to try something. Well, I don't know if I can play basketball, but I will give it a shot. Or I don't know if I can learn Turkish in a week, but I will give it a shot. Good expression. Okay, we're taking it to the next level, 8,000. So if you knew all those five words, you have at least a vocabulary of 5,000. All right, 8,000. Now I would say 8,000 is B2. All right, so we're moving up into the B2 level. All right, so the first one is crack up. What is crack up? What does crack up mean? To crack up? To crack, right, is to break, right? A crack, right? There's a crack here. No. Yes, Sonny got it. To laugh. Oh my gosh, he was telling all these jokes and I was just completely cracking up. I could not stop laughing. Yeah, so to crack up, I would say crack up is maybe even C1. Okay, next one. Cheesy. Cheesy. Cheese, what we say for a photo. What does cheese-y mean? Cheesy. Yeah, it means like a cliche or cheap. This is a difficult one. Oddly enough. And this is an adverbial phrase. Oddly enough. Yeah, it's to say like, this next thing I'm going to say is true, but surprising or strange. Oddly enough, I do have 7 dogs. Someone says, "Excuse me, sir, do you have 7 dogs?" And I say, "Well, oddly enough, I do have 7 dogs. I know it's going to sound strange, but I'm going to tell you something true." All right. Next one is a glitch. We talked about this in the last live. Yeah, this word, a glitch. It means a small technical problem, usually with a machine or a computer, a glitch. Okay, good. Sorry, I'm not really reading your answers. You're doing great here. Okay, so we have glitch, which is like a small error. And last one, number 5, is don't even go there. Don't even go there. Yeah, do you know this one? It means don't even talk about that. Oh, Politics? Oh, don't even go there. No, don't talk to me about politics, right? It's usually saying like, oh, you're going to get into a dangerous situation. Things are going to go bad for you if we talk about that. Oh, don't go there. All right. Don't even go there. Okay, so now we're going to the 10,000 level. These should all be at the C1 or higher level. All right, let's take a look at 10,000 words. Okay, so if you know all of these, you probably have 10,000 or more in your vocabulary. Idioms, words, expressions. What does it mean to zone out? To zone out. Let's see here. Who knows what it means to zone out? This is a good one. Sonny, you're so good. To lose focus, to get distracted. I love that one, Carlota, to get distracted. Yeah, imagine someone's talking to you and you're thinking, wow, this person has really beautiful eyes. Oh my gosh. And then suddenly they say, so what do you think? What do you think about what I said? And you go, oh, sorry, I was zoning out. What did you say? Yeah, to zone out, to get distracted. Nice. Okay. Second one. These are difficult. These are very advanced. Second one is edgy. Edgy. This has become more popular just in recent years. I have started to really hear edgy a lot. Good, not paying attention, think deeply. Yeah. Good, think deeply. I like that, Masa. And become unaware. Sumeira, that's a great definition. Yes, edgy. Edgy means, how do you describe edgy? I think it comes from like cutting edge. Like, oh, this is like on the edge, or like very, a bit radical or different. Yeah, or maybe it even makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Ooh, this is an edgy guy. Stressful, nervous, and anxious. Yeah. Joe Flew almost got it. Oh no, yeah, you did. EDGY. Perfect, Joe Flew. Cool. Number 3. Here we go. How are we doing so far? All right. So number 3 is subtly. Now this is subtle, right? We have the word subtle, which is which has a silent sh b in it that you don't pronounce. Subtle, right? And subtly, right, means without people noticing. Good. The next word is whim. Whim. W-H-I-M. Whim. Yeah, do you know this one? Old or vintage? No, a whim. This is difficult. Whim, W-H-I-M, means a sudden impulse. We use the expression to do something on a whim. Yeah? I bought myself a new coat. Oh, did you need the coat? No. Did you go to the shop to buy the coat? Well, no, I bought it on a whim. It was just something impulsive that I didn't think about before. On a whim. Yeah, a whim. Yeah, that's a difficult one. All right. And the last one is for what it's worth. For what it's worth. And this is an expression that means maybe you won't find any value in what I'm going to say. But for what it's worth, I think your plan to go helicopter snowboarding is a bad idea. Maybe this has no value for you, but for what it's worth, I think it's a bad idea. For what it's worth. So now comes the big question for you. So this is level 10,000. If you know all of these words at the these expressions that we just talked about, you have, I would say, at least a C1 level. Yeah, these are advanced. Yeah, and and you probably have a vocabulary of 12,000 words. So I am interested in hearing from you. How big do you think your vocabulary is from this exercise, right? So here we just had zone out, edgy, subtly, whim, for what it's worth. 8,000, we had crack up, cheesy, oddly enough, glitch, don't even go there. For 6,000, we had let go, awkward, seriously, hint, and give it a shot. So what do you think? How big is your, and we'll go all the way down to 4,000, which was to carry on, jealous, barely, challenge, and no way. How big do you think your vocabulary is? Let's see what people say. 8,000. People are saying about 8,000. I'm lower than 10,000. Okay. 7,000 maybe. All right. Painhammer, 8,000. All right. All right. I don't know, Painhammer. Your vocabulary is pretty good. Cool. I'm going to turn this off. All right. 9,000, 7,000, 8,000 to 1,000, 8,000 to 10,000. Cool. All right. Congratulations, you guys. Then I would say your level is at least B2. Yeah, if you're up over 7,000, I think you're up at least B2. All right, cool. Well, now we're going to do a test. And when I say we, I mean I am going to do a test to check my level, but I'm going to be asking you questions along the way. So let's see if I can share my screen. This is new technology for me, so let's see if I can do this. All right, sharing my screen. And then, hold on a moment. And I think I have it here. Here it is, the EF level test. Okay, so it starts easy, as you can see. She arrived at 8 p.m., opened the door and shouted. Okay, if you're arriving at 8 p.m. and you shout, what are you going to shout? It's gonna be a greeting, right? So you're not going to shout good morning at 8 p.m. You're not going to shout goodbye and good night. So that's because that's for when you're leaving. We have good evening. Continue. I decided to put the table blank the wall of the living room so it would be out of the way. Hold on a moment. Now, I decided to put the table blank the wall of the living room so it would be out of the way. Versus the wall, opposed to the wall, against, in front of. In front of. Oh, this is a little tricky, but I'm going to go with against. In front of doesn't really imply that it's out of the way. In front of could be correct, but against sounds better to me. All right, so the sold out tickets made it clear that the speaker we invited to our charity event was, okay, if they sold out their tickets, well, then they are pretty good. Wow, people love this person. And synonym for love is? Oh, really? Uh-oh. Somebody is telling me. So it's not advancing? Ah, how strange. Thank you. Sorry, you can't see the questions. Sorry about that. Refresh the page. Let's see here. I don't know why it's doing that. What's going on? Stuck on question 1. Sorry about that, everybody. The problem is when I go to full screen, I don't see your comments. So let me find a way to improve this. The screen. Hey, Karen, welcome. So why is mine working? Let me go back to scene. No, it's still there. Let me change. Okay, so now you can't see it. No, you can't see my screen. You can just see me. And now I'm going to go back Let's see here. This is a little, well, this is perfect. You know what this is, don't you? It's a glitch. You wanted a good example of what a glitch was? Well, this is it. We did not think to test this aspect when we were going through things earlier today. Okay. Well, that isn't nearly as fun if you can't see the questions, is it? Well, any suggestions on how I can fix this glitch? Let's see here. So, my screen is moving along. Maybe EF, the place that makes this quiz, doesn't want me to use this on my live, so they're making it difficult for me. Why would they do this? This doesn't make sense. Let's see here. Okay. And now let me move it over here. All right, let's try it once more. You can read it for us. Yeah, I can read it for you. It's just not as exciting. She arrived at 8 p.m. Why is it still? It's not. This is so strange. You can see my screen. My image is live, but it's still recording what used to be on my screen. Okay, well, all right. I guess we're just going to have to do it verbally. It's not nearly as fun when you can't see the question, but this is a great way to practice your listening, right? This is a great way to practice your... Okay, well, I am going to... technology is against us. You're exactly right. All right, well, there's no real point in me sharing the screen with you. You're just going to have to trust me that I'm doing the quiz. All right, here we go. So the next one is, the sold-out tickets made it clear that the speaker we invited to our charity event was blank popular. So what is it saying about his popularity? Was it extremely popular, relatively popular, objectively popular, or somewhat popular? All right. Yeah, Karen, we're going to go with the listening. Here we go. What type? What was it? Who knows? Was he extremely popular, relatively popular, objectively popular, or somewhat? I'm going with the first person who gets the same answer that I think. Lillian says relatively. Remember, the tickets are sold out. So we're talking about very popular. What's a way to say very popular? Extremely. There we go. Bingo. Extremely popular. That's the answer, I think. Okay, moving on to the next one. So they've been married. I'm gonna say it fast at first, and then the second time I'll say it slower. All right. They've been married for over 50 years, but she still remembers the day she first blank. Now slowly. They've been married for over 50 years, but she still remembers the day she first. And the possibilities are wed him, fell for him, stuck on him, or keen on him. What's it going to be? They've been married for over 50 years, but she still remembers the day she first wed him, fell for him, stuck on him, keen on him. You guys are good. Fell for him. Exactly. Okay, next one. Here we go. Kang thought this... fast first. Kang thought the spicy tofu dish was blank tasty, so he ordered it again. More slowly. Kang, sort of a strange name, thought the spicy tofu dish was tasty, so he ordered it again. Okay, so he ordered it again, so it must have been good. So something that is very tasty. What's it going to be? So we have slightly, fairly, mainly, especially. What's it going to be? Slightly, fairly, mainly, or especially? Who knows it? E. There you go. Carlota got it. E. Especially. A, B, C, D. Oh, E. D. I know the alphabet. All right. It was especially tasty. more than something more than the other things. It was especially tasty. Good. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Ready? Fast. The source of her confidence was her mother's often repeated assertion that her daughter was her greatest blank. More slowly. The source of her confidence was her mother's often repeated assertion that her daughter was her greatest blank. 4 options. Realization, achievement, experiment, challenge. The source of her confidence was her mother's often repeated assertion that her daughter was her greatest Painhammer achievement. Was her greatest achievement. Yeah, so if your mother is saying that you are her greatest achievement, well, that is a source of confidence for you. Awesome. Moving on. All right. Often, Carl will do things for purely, Often, Carl will do things for purely reasons, but sometimes he's capable of great generosity. For purely reasons, blank reasons. All right, 4 options. Selfish, juvenile, empathetic, frivolous. For purely, so Carl will do things for what types of reasons? Selfish reasons, juvenile reasons, empathetic reasons, or frivolous reasons. What do we think? Yep, I'm with you guys. Selfish. Yeah, he's normally selfish, but sometimes he's generous. Yeah, so they're asking for an opposite. Yeah, selfish is the opposite of generous. All right, here we go. Fast. Unfortunately, Mr. Dean's assistant won't be able to the hotel he had requested. Unfortunately, Mr. Dean's assistant won't be able to blank the hotel he had requested. So, book him into, look him up at, make a reservation from, or make contact for. This is a little tricky. I have to read this again. All right. Unfortunately, I won't be able to. You're good. You're good. Yeah. Book him into A, right? Won't be able to book him into it. Yeah, but it's a little tricky. Yes, some of those are close to being correct. They're making it tricky. Good. You guys are with me. All right. Next one. Disheartened about the team's prospects in the tournament, Kenji nevertheless tried to be when he talked with his teammates. Kenji is his name, right? More slowly. Disheartened about the team's prospects in the tournament, Kenji nevertheless tried to be blank when he talked with his teammates. He tried to be humble, optimistic, respectful, gleeful. What did he do? He was disheartened. Nevertheless, he tried to be when he talked to his teammates. Dang, you guys are good. He tried to be optimistic. Exactly. Dang. All right. I thought I was going to be having to correct you and help you, but you guys are as smart, if not smarter, than me. All right. Next one. Carlton and his wife tried to make friends by organizing a 24-hour complete with acrobats, a band, and nonstop food and drink. More slowly. Carlton and his wife tried to make friends by organizing a 24-hour blank, complete with acrobats, a band, and a nonstop food and drink. And nonstop food and drink. Sorry. All right, so a 24-hour what? Ready? Extravaganza, gathering, ceremony, ritual. A 24-hour what? Acrobats, a band, nonstop food and drink. Ooh, this one is tricky. I can see this is an extravaganza. This is extravaganza is like a huge a super elaborate party. And if they have acrobats and nonstop food and drink, I mean, that is more than a gathering or a ceremony. That is, boom, a big party. All right, good. Ah, well, I'm glad that some of these questions are challenging for you. All right, that was a difficult one. Okay, here we go. Fast. I wouldn't have taken French if I'd have known he was the teacher. I'd have known. So, here are the possibilities. Ready? I had a terrible experience with him last semester. I need to take one more class to fulfill my requirements. He has enough credits to graduate as a French major. His teacher recommended me for this course. Which one is it? Karen, Carlota, I'm with you. I had a terrible experience with him last semester. Oh man, if I had known. Now, this is weird though. This seems. Here's a question for you. This isn't the way I express this idea. And I don't know if there's two different ways to express it, or if I'm wrong, or if they are wrong. The sentence is, I wouldn't have taken French if I'd have known. And I would say, if I had known. I wouldn't say I'd have known. Oh, I think I know what they've done. I think they're saying I would have known. But I think it's more correct to say if I had known. Thank you, Gianfranco. That's what I'm thinking. If I had known, I wouldn't have done it. It's not I'd have known. Am I right? Or are they right? I think I'm right. Okay, let's continue. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a screenshot and ask ChatGPT about that. Okay, here we go. Next one. Where did you get your skirt from? Where did you get your skirt from? I think the skirt is too dressy for tonight. My sister always wears my clothes. I haven't worn this in a while. I got it at a charity shop last weekend. This is tricky. All right, hold on a second. Where did you get your skirt from? Yeah. Took me a second. You people are good. It's got to be the last one. I got it at a charity shop last weekend. I was thinking it was more complex, but no, it was just simple. It was straight. Who knows? Who knows this? It was simple. It was straight forward. There you go. All right. My brother is so annoying. Haven't I told you that I only have a sister? I told my mom to stay out of my room. My brother just turned 5 too. I know what you mean. Mine drives me crazy. My brother is so annoying. Haven't I told you that I only have a sister? I told my mom to stay out of my room. My brother just turned 5 too. I know what you mean. Mine drives me crazy. D, 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 D. Bingo. Good job, guys. D. All right. That's delicious. What's in it? You'll never guess? I'll see if I can get it for you. Please help yourself. I cook quite often. Who knows? Who knows? That's delicious. What's in it? Bingo. Bam, bam, bam. You are so good. A. You'll never guess. Right? It's not, I'll see if I can get it for you. They're not asking for the thing. They've already tried it, right? You're not going to say, please help yourself. They've already eaten it, right? Cool. Next one. I don't suppose you could feed my cat this weekend, could you? Of course I'd love to. Where are you taking him? Oh, sorry. Of course I'd love to. Where are you taking him? I used to have a cat. I already fed him today. What do we think? What do we think? Careful. Yeah, it's A. Someone's asking you if you can do something in the future. Of course, I'd love to do that thing in the future. You're not going to say, I already fed him today, because that would be in the past. You're not feeding him, right? It's asking you if you can do something this weekend in the future. Cool. Good. A. Moving on. I can't decide which jacket to buy for my sister. So, 1. Better make up your mind before the store closes. I'm not sure my sister would like that style. That jacket looks too tight on you. I bought it online because it was cheaper. What do we think? I can't decide which jacket to buy for my sister. A. Better make up your mind, right? The store's about to close. You're trying to make a decision. Yeah. I can't decide. To make up your mind is to decide. Cool. A. Moving on. Okay. Are you putting the kettle on? Kettle, right? Are you putting the kettle on? Yes. Would you like some tea? Isn't it warm to put the heater on? Don't make it too hot, okay? When is it going to be ready? What do you think? Yeah, a lot of the answers are A, right? It's the first one. Okay, good. You people are too good. I can't stand it. Nice. Okay. I've got a pounding headache that won't go away. For how long will you be away? I wish he would leave you alone. Have you taken anything for it? Stop making so much noise. Pounding headache. There we go. C. Have you taken anything for it? Bingo. For how long will you be away? Careful. Yeah. Have you taken anything for it? I've got a terrible headache. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you taken anything for it? Next one. Let's go outside and check out the beautiful moonlight. Let's go outside and check out the beautiful moonlight. It looks like it's going to rain any minute. Let's wait until the sun goes down in an hour or so. Astronomy is not my expertise, so I'm not sure. Sure, let me grab my jacket because it's chilly outside. What do we think? It looks like it's going to rain any minute. Let's wait until the sun goes down. Astronomy is not my expertise. Sure, let me grab my jacket because it's chilly outside. Good job. D. Most of you got it. D. Sure, let me grab my jacket. It wouldn't be, let's wait till the sun goes down, because they're already saying there's beautiful moonlight now. All right. Next one. Do you still think we can back out? Sure, but watch your step. Sure, if we wait. Sure, nobody's coming. Sure, they won't mind. All of them start with sure. Do you still think we can back out? This one's tricky. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. So literally, they're not talking about literally to back out of a place. Like if you're in a car and you're backing out, but to walk backwards, you wouldn't say backing out. So here, it's figuratively to back out. Yeah, to back out means, oh, yes, I know I said yes before, but now, guess what? I'm saying no, I'm backing out. I agreed, and now I'm saying, sorry. So, the correct answer is D. Oh, sure, they won't mind if we say no, it won't be a problem. Right? It's not talking about watching steps or waiting. Yeah. D. Sure, they won't mind. Okay. Oh, was that the last one? Oh, that was it. Accept and close. Okay. What? Hey, they're not giving me my score. We finished the test and they didn't give me my score. Hold on a moment. Let me open this up. Maybe they're gonna send it to me. Oh, I think they're gonna send me an email telling me my score. Well, I'm pretty sure I got all of those right. And what about you? Did anybody get all of them correct? Did anybody get all of the same answers as me? You did. Really, Lillian? You got 100%? Wow, that would be impressive. Yeah, I mean, there were several that were a little confusing, and also you can't see it; you can only hear it, so that makes it especially difficult. Painhammer, you got them all. Whoop whoop whoop! Nice job. Okay, yeah, a little difficult. All right. Well, I hope that these activities, these games we did today, helped you get a better idea for what your level is. And there are lots of level tests out there. I do level tests on my thanks, Painhammer. I do lots of level tests on my channel, on Instagram, and on TikTok. And I think it's really useful to be aware of how good is your level and then set a clear goal of where you want to get. And that can just be a perfectly good goal can be maintenance. Just, oh, I have a B2 and I want to keep it here because we all know that if you don't use it, you lose it. All right, cool. Well, I'm so glad that you guys all came and that you have stayed until the end. It's been great. And if you want to help me, you can like my videos and share and comment. I know that many of you already do. I recognize your names. Ask me questions on Instagram. DM me with questions that I will answer here in these lives. And also join my Telegram group. I am really making a big effort to make that a place where we have a community of people who are excited about learning English and they want to get better and better every day. So please subscribe there and participate in that community, answer questions, ask questions, share, and also if you enjoy this type of thing, these types of activities, get your friends also to participate. Invite them because that will help you to be more motivated to speak English. And then you can have another thing in common with your friends or family. You can say, hey, did you see what we talked about with Chameleon English the other day with Mike? Or did you participate in the live? It gives you another thing to help motivate you to get better and better with your English. So everybody, yes, that's a great question, Alessio. What we're going to do with this live is we're going to take little clips from it and make YouTube videos. And we will be publishing them. So little by little, over the next few weeks, we're going to be putting clips from here on YouTube, in the Telegram group, in different places. So there's not going to be one place, where you can watch it all again, but there will be little pieces here and there where you can refresh what we've done today. Okay, well, absolute pleasure. Thanks to all of you who were here participating, and I really appreciate the DMs, all of the supports, the likes. That is a great way to help me because what I'm doing here, a lot of what I'm doing, I just do for free. Yeah, Instagram pays me $0. I don't get any money for these lives. YouTube pays me pennies. TikTok also pays me relative pennies. But I really enjoy what I'm doing, and I am here for you. So that is a small way that you can give back a little bit. So thanks again, and big heart, and I hope to see you in a week. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.